up, guys? Today's Heartfelt segment is going to be about my fears on becoming a stay-at-home mom. Since we got foster kids in January of this year, that subject has come up between Brian and I. And, I don't know. I feel like I've worked all my life. Pretty much my dad bought a grocery store when I was 10, and I worked in the grocery store. And then when I was 15, I got my first real job. I was an intern for a local magazine in the town where I lived in Memphis. And after that, I just worked at fast food restaurants, and then I went on to college. Whenever I went to college in Little Rock, Arkansas, I worked. So I've always worked. And then I got hired on at FedEx while I was in college. So I just worked my way up at FedEx, and I've been at FedEx ever since. So the thought of becoming a stay-at-home mom scares me a little bit. I mean, honestly, I would love to stay at home and take care of Heaven and not have to put her in daycare. I mean, I would love that. But I feel like I need to have a plan B. I always wanted to have my own income. And part of that is just fear. My husband and I have a great relationship. There's never a reason for me to ever think that something's going to happen between us and we're not going to be together. I mean, we just have an awesome relationship. But, I've always been independent. I've always made my own money. I've always been able to take care of myself. Before we got married, I had my own house and car, and I moved to St. Louis from Memphis by myself, and so I'm very independent. So to totally depend on someone to give me money whenever I need money scares the crap out of me. I'm always feeling, what if I quit my job where I've been at FedEx? I'm invested at FedEx. I have 401k, stock shares, lots of years there, a really good salary. I mean, I've worked my way up at FedEx. And I always think, what if I, leave FedEx, go ahead and retire or whatever. I mean, I'm kind of young to retire, but you know what I mean. Become a stay-home mom, and then Brian leaves, and here I am with no income and a baby, and, you'll get your child taken away from you if you can't care for it, or the baby will go into Brian's custody because he's the one working. I don't know. I know that those are silly what-ifs, but that's just how my mind works. So having said all that, that's one of the fears that I have about becoming a stay-at-home mom. Brian and I have a checking account that we share, but I have always had a separate account that he knows about, a separate checking account that's mine, my money, that kind of like insurance, that some kind of security that if something happens, then I have money. I know that's horrible to feel that way, but I don't know, this is just real talk. That's where I am. And I know that I have a lot of stay-at-home mom subscribers, and you guys make it look easy, except for you, Layla. I mean, you get up at, 5 in the morning and don't go to bed till 2 in the morning? I mean, I don't know if I can do all that. But I just think that all the fears derive from people that are in my life, family and friends that are married, who have had careers, who've gone to college, gotten their master's degree, worked, then they got married and started having kids, and the marriage fell apart, and they are still with this person because this person is, taking care of them, providing a house and, car and they're just afraid to leave. It's like convenient to stay there. I have a family member who has like 5 kids. 2 of her kids are already graduated from high school. One is almost graduating from high school, and then she's got 2 that are like in 1st and 2nd grade or something like that. And she is educated, beautiful. She met this guy. They got married. They started having kids. They thought it was best for her to stop working and take care of the kids. She did, and then he started cheating on her. He didn't just start cheating on her, but he started beating her up. And he just tore her down. Like, when she's older than me, much older, but when I was little, I just looked up to her. I thought she was this role model, this strong person that I wanted to be just like her. And now when I look at her, I just feel bad, like, what happened? Why won't, and I've even said to her, why won't you leave him? Why don't you just leave? You're smart. You can go back into what you majored in college. Why are you sticking around for this guy? And she said, because Karen, what am I going to do? Like, I don't have a job. You know, I haven't been in the workforce for 20 years. And I'm getting older. I think she's in like her 50s. And she's like, I don't know what to do. She says, I don't know. Apparently her husband is high, like he knows a lot of people. He's very, I don't want to say too much because I don't know if she'll watch my video, so I'm not going to go into details, but you guys catch my drift. I mean, she's in that situation. She's not the only one. I have so many family members of women who are stuck in these godforsaken, awful marriages out of convenience because, you know, I don't know, but that scares me. That's what scares me about being a stay-at-home mom. If we do make the decision, once we can adopt heaven, for me to stay at home, I'm going to have to have some kind of work that I do from home. I've always wanted to open up my own tea cafe, but I don't see how I can do that, because if I'm going to open up a business, I'm going to have to work that business. And if I have a little baby with me, that's going to be hard. I'll still have to put her in some kind of daycare, in order for me to work the business. So I can't see myself doing that. But just doing something from home, like maybe doing medical transcripts. I've done that before. You can do that from home. Or, I don't know, really get serious about getting my books published. I've written so many children's books. Maybe, I don't know, guys. Maybe I'm wrong for feeling this way, and it seems like I don't trust my husband. And it's not that I don't trust him. It's just that, I'm afraid. I'm scared. I'm so scared that if I do become a stay-at-home mom, then a certain amount of control that I've had will be taken away, and I will have to totally rely on my husband to take care of everything, the bills, things that I need, and that scares the crap out of me because I've never had anyone do that my whole adult life. I've always worked. So what do you guys think, especially my stay-at-home moms? I know a lot of you worked before you were married, and even after you got married, before you guys had kids. I know you guys worked. I know, Layla, you met your husband at your job, I think. You said something about that. And so I know you guys worked. So how did you transition from being, a working wife to a stay-at-home wife, totally depending on your husband to make the money and bring it home? And how does that make you feel? And I don't know. I'm not trying to offend anybody. This is real talk. This is what's in my heart, and I honestly want your opinions. Okay. See you guys later. Bye.